And we are live. T minus 26 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky round 17 Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku. And I and you and we are here for it. It is going to get techie than techie things. I've seen so much overnight between Oscar and Lando. The Lando Fosi aren't having Oscar Piastri's reaction, smiling at the misfortunes and all multitudinous ineptitudes of the one that they call Lando Norris. But he had it all in his hands, didn't he? It was there for him, Lando. This is your 7th bloody set. Like, you're a veteran chap. But he ended up yeeting it into the barrier. He was a guinea pig. I'll give him that much. Do you know what I mean? He was the first person around, and it was changeable conditions, was it not? See, in that sense, you've got to give him credit. Celia, listen, sometimes I've got to... Sometimes, I mean, there are a couple of channels out there, a couple streamers that don't put their face on camera. Do you know what I mean? So they can go live every time punctually, but sometimes your boy's out here and he's got to do a couple of things. Bearing in mind that your boy's got a wife and a child. I make no apologies for that, but sometimes it gets a bit techie. How are we doing? Michael, you're a legend. Let's go, Nick, Marcus, Cecily, Crackosaurus, the legend that is George. Glad that OJP had a love. I think he had. Listen, is this not F1? How long can F1 snowflakery go on? Not in perpetuity, surely. Sometimes you've got to be self-invested in self-servient, OJ. But of course, mate, that's what I need to happen. 3:35 a.m, Michael. Oh, the humanity, the levels of dedication out here. Let me know in the chat, guys. What time is it where you are? It's techie. You balance it, bit Cecily. Sometimes it's techie. It's techie this. I want to be punctual all the time, but sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes AK every time. Go on then, we are T minus 24 minutes. I was going to get some graphics up, but your boy didn't do his due diligence. I want to talk about Lewis Hamilton in the first instance. There's been a lot made about Ferrari's hodgepodge of a qualifying strategy. Initially, I thought surely Lewis has an extra set of mediums ready to go. Or maybe Lewis is telling porkies again. It would have been the first time that he told a cheeky porky or two at the altar of a misplaced strategy. This time, though, Lewis was right after qualifying. He had mediums and he wanted them and they wouldn't give in to him. He had 2 of them ready to go, says John, you're a legend. He had 2 of them ready to go. Not going to use 2 mediums, or maybe is going to use 2 mediums in the race. I don't think so. They hear the strategies. Either you go medium, straight to hard, anywhere between lap 16 and 22. Second strategy, start on a set of hards, go through to lap 29 to 35, and then pit for a set of mediums. Or you start on the softs and go hards. Lap 10 to 16, excuse me, or start on a set of mediums and go between lap 10 and lap 16. There's your first pit stop. Pit for a set of hards, stop again lap 28 to lap 34. It's going to be interesting. Remember, for the avoidance of doubt, 50 lap race around here. It's going to get techier than techie things. In fact, let me just sort out myself around here. There we go. 51 lap race, excuse me. Tyre deg around here is going to be important, chat. Last year, it was a one-stop medium to hards. You'll recall OJP. The key question, though, is how far can these guys and girls in that papaya colour team, how far can they get up the grid? That's the critical question, without yeeting it into each other. Let's go, Sir Russell. The podium is calling, but he's not well, Tony. He's not well, is he? He's not been well all weekend. The question from a Valtteri Bottas perspective is, how unwell does one need to be before the reserve driver gets subbed in? If you're too sick to go to the pressers, if you're too sick to be in the scrum, if you get straight out of the car and you've got to go back to the... If that's how sick you are, surely then you're too sick to compete. But you know what? George Russell's seen this. He's read this book before. What he doesn't want to happen is the likes of Valtteri Bottas getting a sniff of it and outperforming him season to date, because then undoes all of his hard work, particularly if in real time you're negotiating a contract with Mercedes and Toto the boy who cried wolf. What's going on, Neil? You're a legend. Tony, what you cooking, my G? 20 on meds, 30 on hards. Yeah, true. So anywhere between, so mediums, anywhere between lap 16 and 22 would be the pit stop. If you start on mediums and you're only looking to do a one-stopper, the window is 16 to 22, and then you drop on another set of hards, and then you're gone. One stopping. Or you start on a set of hards and go through to lap 29 and then stop for a set of mediums. It's going to be techie out here. It is going to be techie. Problem is, though, chat, you lose a lot of time. If there is a safety car, as you might expect on the back of yesterday's chaotic qualifying session, then there's a massive discount to be had as far as virtual safety car pit stops. Here's what you need to know. Get this ready to go. 19.5 seconds is how much a standard pit stop under green flag circumstance will take you. 11 seconds if you have that pit stop under virtual safety car conditions. 57% of the time between 2017 and 2024 there's been a safety car during the race. Virtual safety car 43% of the time, a red flag 29% of the time. So there's suffice to say there is a high likelihood of one of those things at the very least happening if past this prologue. Wind conditions, you can see, I hope you guys can see this at the top right of your screen. If you can't, I'll articulate it for you. Who's this on at Lauren Meckies and Brooksy? T-minus 20 minutes till we get ourselves a cheeky race starting in here for it, chat. Nervous. I'm about to lose my mind here. This is going to get techie, particularly off the line, particularly for the likes of Lando and Oscar. Starting where? 9th and 7th. Oh, the humanity. Oscar's going to look to come through that field quick, isn't he? Wind currently coming in from the east is 6.5 kilometers per hour. Track and ambient temperatures respectively 28.3 degrees Celsius and 20.9. It's going to get techie around here. The wind is going to drive chaos, properly chaos, because it's changeable conditions every single lap, right? One time you're coming down, you're going into sector 2 and the wind's coming in from the east at 6 point whatever, and then the next lap it's coming in at 12 point. You've got to change everything, right? Your braking zone, your combined entry, the rate of steer, like everything's going to be, everything is fluid, therefore, and that's what's going to make this very techy. It feels like Maximilian Verstappen territory, but I wouldn't mind seeing Max Verstappen challenged. I was joking with a friend, shout out to JP, that as brilliant as the lap yesterday was from Maximilian Verstappen, almost now I wouldn't mind if Max Verstappen had qualified lower, because I'd love to see him work his way through the pack. You know what I mean? You see the best of Maximilian Verstappen when his back is against the wall. 200 if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour and smoosh that like T-minus 19 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky formation lap. I'm nervous. Look at me. A couple of moments ago I was fine, but now I'm more nervous than nervous things. All right. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream early on. Let me get a cheeky, who have you got? Go on, you guys tell me who you've got as your winner. Controversial selections for inclusion, but I digress. Right, let's have a go. Everybody's talking about Liam Lawson. He's not done bad there. He's upsetting the Racing Bull succession plan apple carts, isn't he? It's meant to be Isaac Hajar's show, Liam Lawson. How very dare you put in a gangster showing yesterday in qualifying. Therefore, cheeky Brad Pitt wave. You're a legend, Sir Cacatosaurus. You are the legend, sir. I can take no credit. Let me say this up front again. I make no apologies for labouring this point. To you guys is where the credit is owed. Like, this community ceases to exist without you guys turning up each and every single time. And I make no apologies for labouring that point. Lewis better be on that pole today, Cam, for the win, Greg. Can you imagine? Tongue in cheek. But stranger things have happened. What are you drinking, says Hybrid. It's got to be a cheeky Luke. I've got the Lucozade on the go and I've got a cheeky Red Bull. Can't really bet against Max in these conditions. Or Everzane, if most recent past is prologue, or ever Max mechanical favourite. I mean, strangest things have happened. Max gets away with it. It's his. By get away with it, Daniel, I'm assuming gets a good start. Again, depends on the luck in the race. 100% safety car. Jomo, you're an absolute legend. Issa, it's going to get techie. Max can't hate that. I can't hate Max. I saw, God, I was watching some podcasters overnight, as you do, being inherently insecure and wanting to make sure that the truth that you're spouting aligns with everybody else's. That's by dint of being inherently secure. Do you know what I mean? We have these conversations under the aegis of me double checking. We are checking. I have to check. And I saw some podcasters saying, listen, backhanded Max Verstappen compliments is the order of the day. Oh, well, he was always going to do a good qualifying lap. What? How? How was he always going to do a good qualifying lap? I don't even understand. And even if you had Max Verstappen in the wet-ish, damp, putting in a quicker lap than Carlos Sainz, did you have him half a second quicker than Carlos Sainz? No, you did not. People always want to be bloody wise after the event. If you were so sure, then you would have put your mortgage on Max Verstappen, would you? Oh, Max has always got a qualifying lap in him. Stop being stupid. You know what? I'm starting to realise Abbott of Unreason F1 is contagious, isn't it? It's a disease. It's like it's a epidemic. Like people don't want to admit themselves, confess their iniquities in front of the truth and objectivity that is F1. Like they don't want to be. I had another podcaster say, well, Max was driving it. Sometimes you got to take a step back and drive the car at 9/10 as opposed to 10. Did you see Lando? It was like if Max had driven like Lando, mention those names. If Max had driven like Lando, or if Lando had driven like Max, then Lando would have got a time in and Max kind of backed up. Did you see the time that Max put in? Of course, context is this. He's Lando's the first one. He's the guinea pig, right? So he's doing his lap, his quickest of laps at the time when the track is at its least evolved, least ready, dampest. He's the guinea pig per se of the automotive pugilistic variety. But to say that Max like drove the car at like 70%, did you see the lap time, the sectors? I just don't know. Proper mind virus, TWM. You just can't even believe it. Maybe I'm seeing something different. But then I checked in with Mr. Wins. I was like, Peter, am I getting ahead of myself? Did I just see what I saw? I was like, no, but that wasn't half bad from Max. That said Mr. Windsor. National anthem slaps us. Come on. I'm nervous. Lando bottle job. Still, Surf Source, I'm not going to say that Lando was a bottle job. I think the circumstances, I would have loved for Lando to do it. I would have loved for him to do it. I still don't think he would have put it on pole. Lando second was the best. I think that's the best that Lando could have extracted out of yesterday's qualifying, if I'm honest. However, listen, I think it's too harsh to say Lando bottled it. I don't like how high can Carlos finish. I don't know. He's going to be a falling knife, isn't he? To use the financial services lingo. So many Abbots of Unreason streamers said Max got pole because of fortuitous circumstances. Well, there was luck in there. Much, but he does it. I don't know. To chalk that up, if we're playing causation games, to chalk that up as the lion's share of the causation pie is just not, to me at least, is nonsense. I just think it's crazy. Peter said nice things about Liam and Carlos and Max, 100%. I just think it's bonkers. OJP to lead. So when lap one, I mean, Lando's got a history of being, but I think Lando, go on then. Here's my shout on Lando. But Mr. Windsor, to be fair to Peter, I messaged him before qualifying and said, Peter, who you got, mate? And he said, Max. I issue not. Honest truth. Jimmy V on deck. So here's the problem with Lando, right? Historically, not been a great starter. Takes himself a couple of laps to become a god tier, elated F1 peddler. However, because he's in the carbon fibre zone, I suspect he might be a bit more alert. Today, you got your right. I have indeed, see. They owe me something, don't they? Some sort of sponsorship. Lando bottled it, Cam. No, I don't think he bottled it. Bottling it would have done. I mean, if we're talking bottle games, I know there's a lot of Aussie always in the chat. But could you say that Oscar bottled it? That's more of a bottle The guy in the bottom always cries for luck, but the luck favours those who earn it. Luck is the intersection of opportunity and preparation, is it not? TWM, devil's advocate, sandbagging in practice left plenty of room for performance for those willing to push themselves, aka Max. I think he just reads that. He reads that racing room better than most, right? Changeable conditions. Peter said it on his review post quali. That when you've got all these things, and we talked about it afterwards, right? When you've got if it's just a normal qualifying session, a straightforward vanilla one, go out, nail the lap. Then Lando's probability, and Oscar's in turn, the probability of dropping it on pole does one of these, right? But when you throw in all those circumstances, 6 red flags, world record settings in Formula 1, when it's changeable conditions and it's Max Verstappen breathing down your neck and your 31 points down the road in the championship, 31 points adrift if you're Landowner, it's just too much. It's too much for these young guns. Don't reach young blood. It's too much. Max was always going to nail it. Then after all those things, Max was always going to nail it. Carter, you think Ferrari's race pace isn't bad? I don't hate it. Okay, theory on Ferrari's race pace, and I'm plagiarising this from Andrew Benson. Remember the last time that Ferrari were really quick in qualifying? What happened? Remember, the Ferrari context is this. Super quick car, when it's in its very narrow operating window, the SF25 is nothing if not a ride height diva. When it low to the ground effect, 80% of the downforce in this rule and reg spec of car is by dint of the underfloors and the Venturi tunnels. If you can run that SF25 super close to the floor, then copy. So it's a market leading purple sector car. However, by running it low to the floor and being super quick as they were in quali, you run the risk of excessive plank wear and a DNF. That's the issue. That is the issue here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ferrari at some point, maybe going into the second stint, start to do things with like tyre pressures and all this other nonsense, because I think they were sufficiently quick to suspect that they're running that SF25 too low. That's the theory. Andrew Benson's one, buyer's remorse. You bought too much of the MV33 stock. Can Carlos get a podium? Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing it, William. He needs a cheeky boosters, Carlos. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't know, though. I don't know. Nice, mate. You on the Red Bulls. Always, Jeff. It's really bad. Brisbane, OJP Glazer online. Let's go, David. I hope your guy goes well. I'm rooting for him, but from a levelling of the competitive landscape, if I'm invested in getting a competitive championship between now and race 24, 8 races to go, then surely I've got to root for Lando. I was listening to, can I be honest? Easy G, cover your ears, chap, and Lando Norris fans. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of it. Listen, separate the sports athlete from the sports personality, right? I'm not sure. I mean, there'll be at least one TWL. There will be at least one safety car. I'm not sure that I even like Lando anymore. Something about his demeanour really cheeses me off. He's a bit smart, like, I don't know. You're going to tell us who you got today, Cam. Apologies if I already said. See, you're a legend, mate. How can one bet bet against Maximilian Verstappen? He's a big odds-on favourite. I did check. Go on then. If we're talking safety cars, as we are apparently. Go on then. How many safety cars? Well, we'll get at least one. We went through them earlier, didn't we? Let's have a go at this. 57% of the time you'll get a safety car. I don't know about the frequency though. So you'll get at least one. The likelihood is that you'll get at least one if we're playing probability games. T-7 minutes until we get ourselves a cheeky formation lap, and I'm nervous as fudge. Chat, nervous. Look at the wind, 5 kilometers coming in from the south now. I mean, so you want to be a racing driver, you want to manage for changeable conditions, you want to go into turn 1 with a 5 kilometer wind coming in from the south that can change on a dime and come and become a 10 kilometer per hour wind coming in from the east. You want to thread the needle at Baku, Azerbaijan. You want to compete for a drivers' championship, yeah? Is that what you want? Do you want to risk your life every single race weekend in a fire-breathing dragon of a 1,000 brake horsepower Formula One car? So you want to be an F1 driver, do you? Do you really? Are you prepared to pay the tax? Are you prepared to jet set around the world every single race weekend and spend, as near as makes no difference, 24 weekends over the course of a year away from your family and friends? It's techie, this. Then I criticise these F1 drivers, but sometimes you've got to give them credit. Hey, Toby, you're a legend. There's no way that turn one isn't a massacre. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not. It depends on Lando, whether he's got his teeth in and played. But Lando always used to a legend. Easy in the easy G. F1 driver, let's go. This start has chaos written all over it. So you guys are calling it. You guys are calling that it's going to be chaos. Hey, Cam, give us your best Scouse accent. I'm really bad with Scouse. Dr. Chad. Oh, bad. Dr. Chad, give me some time, mate. I'm going to have to go away and practice. Accents apparently going to become a thing on this channel, I am sure. Because you must always live a space. You must always live a space. GP2 engine. GP2 engine. MBS says hello to Cheese Leak. Can you imagine? Flipping Nora is in the 5% club. Let chaos be upon us, says Mike. Mike being the Chaos Dragon himself yesterday. Mr. Devil's Advocate, do you know what I mean? I'm going to throw the get out of my way from Liam Lawson on order. Get out of, I'm going to have to practice all of these. The only one that I've got nailed is Alonso because of the Spanish accent and the smooth upper there. Stop inventando. Stop inventing. Stop para inventando. Olvídate eso. Imagínate tú hacer. Olvídate eso. The wind is not 5 kilometers per hour. It's 5. Behave yourself, Robbie. So why am I seeing 3.2? I had good word that the information on my screen per multi-viewer, by the way, if you enjoy yourself some metrics of the F1 variety, be sure to down yourself F1 multi-viewer, F1's greatest app. Called multi-view on a PC or a desktop. I also am nervous. Sonoda, the new Minister of Defence, I don't know about all that. I am nervous also. Sasha, who will cause the first red flag? Turn 1. Go on then. Harry Benjamin to take you through your track circumstance. It's going to get techie. Then techie things. The racing hour is indeed upon us, Daniel, and I'm nervous as fudge. It is round 17. It is Baku. We are in the final third of the 2025 season, and this track is chaos. 6 kilometers distance, 51 laps, 1 minute 40.203 is your lap record. Charles Leclerc 2023, 27 meters elevation, 366 kilometers per hour. Maximal velocity. Your compounds are C4, C5 and C6. It will get techie, therefore, will it not? Your strategy, your option. One stop on it last year. Medium start. Stop anywhere between lap 16 and lap 22 for a set of white labelled hard compound tyres and go through to the end. Potentially you want to invert that. Start on hards even and pit anywhere between lap 29 and 35 for a set of mediums. Or if you're feeling a bit techie, then techie things. Start on the red labelled soft compound tyres. Pit anywhere between lap 10 and 16 for a set of hards. If you're feeling even more techie than techie things, medium. Stop on 10. Between 10 and 16 for a set of hards. Stop again for another set of hards on lap 28 to 34. It's going to get techie. I'm here for this, you know. Go on then. We've got that bloody Noah. Look at this. We know what tyres the guys have put on. So Max Verstappen starts on hards. Oh my gosh. Max Verstappen starts on hards. So he's going to be slow off the line then, potentially. Oh, the humanity. There is a graphic for this that I need to bloody use. Where is it? Oh, I'm nervous now, chat. Why is Max on hards? So Max is starting on hards, looking to go long. Okay, so Max is on strategy 2, looking to go long through to lap 29 to lap 35. Why is Max on hards? Is that a risk? I think he's backing himself. He's backing himself to fend off Sainz and Liam Lawson. Therefore, both of whom have started on mediums behind him. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Go on then. Your hard compound starters. Verstappen in first, Russell, Tsunoda-san, and Lewis Hamilton. What's going on here? Bortoletto 2 on hards, Behrman on hards, Hulkenberg 2, Gasly and Esteban Ocon Estebesti on hards. Esteban Ocon having to start from the back by dint of a cheeky infringement of his rear wing. Your medium starters, everybody else, Sainz, Lawson, Antonelli in second, third and fourth respectively. Norris on mediums, Piastri critically on mediums, so too the man in between the McLaren bods, Isaac Hadjar. This is going to get techie than techie things. I'm nervous, chat. They're nervous. Palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. This is going to get techie than techie things. 405 of you watching concurrently. We will sync on the reds because your boy's a bit behind there. Bortoletto is Max's bestie. True. 60-second countdown. I'm a bit behind me on the visuals. And so if you're not a sadist and you want to sync, we'll sync on the red lights. I'm about to get the start of a formation that my money's on a red flag lap on potentially. The reds and the safety cars do tend to happen early, don't they? It's too congested. These tracks aren't big enough for 20 of us. Tired egg are fat today, 1000%. So tired egg, you will lose on softs, you will lose 0.07 seconds per lap. On mediums, you will lose 0.05 seconds per lap. Per F1.com on the hards, you will lose circa 0.03 seconds per lap. But again, you equal and that you offset that with performance, don't you? Soft tyre compounds are the quickest ones over the course of a lap, or maybe the mediums around here because the track is so temperamental and challenging. Sector 2 in particular. Right, we can have ourselves a formation lap and I'm bloody nervous. Chat, help me. I'm bricking it. Oh, the humanity. We have ourselves a formation lap. And shortly thereafter, a race. Okay, breathe. Breathe, Cameron. Breathe. At 32. Huh. Grunchanduk pointing out that we had a record number of red flags. Stoppages yesterday. This is going to be chaotic, isn't it? Formation lap, seen Carlos Sainz. Oh my gosh. Again, listen, if you like the stream, do me a favour and like the stream. We're about to go live. We will sync on the red lights. I'm still seeing the video of Oscar Piastri. Cheeky smirk on his face as he sees Lando Norris. Bottle it or not. A pseudo bottle of sorts. Maybe. 500 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour, smash the like. It matters. It means a lot. Okay, I'm nervous now. I'm nervous, chat. I am nervous. 500 of you watching Kokoni, do me a favour and smash the like. We're about to embark on 51 laps worth of Azerbaijan, and it will be a chaos thing. It has to be a chaos Grand Prix. Yeah. Cheeky look at Yostradamus the boss. Verstappen. Okay, let's go. Right, ready. Ready, and away we go. It's going to get techie here. Still formation lap, by the way. We'll sync on the reds if you are that way inclined. Otherwise, be a sadist and watch me be a little bit behind. Oh, why am I so bloody nervous? Oh, the humanity, please. Oh, okay, Max Verstappen approaching. Oh my gosh. Max Verstappen backing him up ever so slightly. Okay. Okay, let's go. 500 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. They're lining up as we speak. It's going to get techier than techie things around here. Why am I so nervous, chat? Have I got something for which I can be nervous? Apparently, we're about to get a start for round 17, Azerbaijan. Remember, We'll sync on the reds. I'll go 5 reds or 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, 4 red, 5 reds, and then lights out, and then we can go. We can sync up for those of you that way inclined. It's going to get techie and I'm nervous. We're going to be biting my bloody fingernails to the bone. Oh, the humanity. Just getting a vista of the horse of Esteban Ocon just about to line up and into his grid box. Bloody Nora, chat. Why am I so nervous? Oh, this is chaos. God, Matt. So let's go. Clean start and then the hard tyres. Let's hope this doesn't prove controversial from red. 2 reds, 3 reds, 4 reds, 5 reds. And we are lights out. Max Verstappen nailed the start. Let's go. Carlos Sainz, though. Not so good. Nice and easy into turn. Well, I love that from Max. Short running. Go on then, Max. Oh, look at Lando. Lando trying a thing on Yuki. Oscar done. What happened to Oscar? Oh, no. Can you spell bottle? How's he done that? Did Oscar botch the start completely? Lando Norris is down to 8th from 7th. Oscar Piastri languishing in 20th. Aussie. What's going on here, chat? Let's go racing, Tony. You're an absolute legend. Your championship leader down to 20th, already up to 18th. What a chaos dragon, but he's on medium, so he's going to go on then. Just put the camera on Oscar. Oh my, in the barrier. Oscar's done, chat. Holy smoke. Oscar Piastri in the barrier. What's happened? Can we see? Producer, can we sort this out, chat? What is going on? Oscar Piastri is gonzo and we haven't even seen it yet. Course producer. Binned it. Karma, Oscar. No. Go on then. So there's your safety car. That's not typical, chat, of Oscar Piastri. Normally so bloody forensic. Can you spell pressure? He's gotten to him, hasn't he? I mean, Esteban Ocon might have something to do with this if you're a betting man. Goes around the outside of Esteban. Oh, that's a really bad mistake there. Oscar Piastri just locked up, trying to make it back. The problem is with this, yeah, and this is why Oscar's so good normally, because he doesn't try and get it back. He's normally stoic, normally super even-handed, flatlining stoicism. That wasn't very stoic from Oscar Piastri. Race lead, by the way. What's the gap? Go on then, chat. Let's have a look at this. I'm keen already to see what's going on here. I want to see what the driver standards is. I know that Max drivers. So they're going to close up here, aren't they? I'm trying to do some quick maths here. Oscar Piastri. Oh, go away. Everybody's going on to the. And Oscar jumped the start. What is going on? Oscar's just having a mare all over the shop this weekend. Really poor form. Uncharacteristically bad. Can you spell pressure of the Drivers' Championship variety? Oscar Piastri, 324 points is his lead. He will score no more as at round 17, Baku. 324. So if Max gone, if we end as we are, Max will end on 255. Still a massive gap, eh? 45. Jeez. $69 points. Jeez. Oscar Piastri will still have a gap between. I'm looking at the gap between Oscar and third place Max Verstappen. It'd still be 65 points. That's chaos. Still 60 something points. 25, 55, 45 plus, 69. 69 points will be the diff between Max. That's 70. Just call it 78 roundings. The gap between, well, let's all up to you, Lando. Do you know what I mean? The opportunities, Lando knows. We have ourselves a safety car. Oscar Piastri outbraked himself, trying to get back. Uncharacteristic behaviour from the Aussie. He's been brilliant season to date. As near as makes no difference. Made no errors. Okay, Imola, you can count that if you want to. Australia, you can count that. Changeable conditions. After you, Claude, turn 6. Oh my gosh, that's mistake. That's mistake central from Oscar. Jumped the start, sacked it off. Do you go? Do you not go? Ifs, buts, and maybes. Indecision central. Indecision unalives in Formula One. What are we doing, Oscar? Not good enough, chap. Not good enough. And uncharacteristically so from OJP. Of course, he's still only 3 seasons deep. So we need to give him some grace at the altar of inexperience. But yeah, and still, Oscar, I didn't expect this from this chap. Final third, chap. Duck your head. Dial in. This is not great. 718 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and hit the like. We are only a couple of laps into the Grand Prix. 3 laps. 49 left on the docket. OJP's Gonzo DNF. I mean, a litany of errors. Where do we start? Yeets it into the barrier during qualifying, jumps the start, tries to undo it and offsets, realising that in all likelihood he's got a penalty coming down the pipe. And then yeets it into the barrier. Worse. What? What are you doing? Alonso's done very well there. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing here? Chatting nonsense. Deuce and Alonso had a nice battle. Lando crashed papaya rules. Actual Oster mistake. A rare one. I feel like we've witnessed a unicorn here in 2025. 2 Oscar Piastri mistakes of material consequence back to back. No, it's not good enough. Not good enough. Andrea Stella's like, yeah, that's Andrea's not loving that at all. Papaya sabotage. OJP will have even more pressure next race, 100%. Lando has to bin it for fair. No, I don't. I mean, this is motor racing, right? There is X factor and unknown variables. Bro's car wouldn't stop. Oh, the sabotage. Imagine if they actually... Can you imagine? If Oscar jumps out and says my brakes weren't working. Andrea not thrilled, but they didn't show Zach's smile. I don't. Is Zach even there? Yeah, I want to see Zach's face. We are still on a safety car, 3 laps deep, 49 left on the docket. This championship is going to Abu Dhabi, which I do not hate, Mark. From a neutral's perspective, you've got to cheer for Lando, eh? To keep Oscar honest for as long as possible. Lest we forget the gap in the championship, currently 31 points. Game on, therefore. We are now in the final third. 8 races to go, including this one. Keep it fair, Lando. Retire the car. Tony, you're a legend out here gifting memberships. If you want to be a member, then do me a favour and click join bottom left. That gets you access to a couple different things. God tier bits and bobs. Access to the Discord. The link is on the community tab. Priority in the chat each and every single time. Twice a day. 365 days a year. You're a legend. I appreciate you guys. Oh, I'm nervous now. What is going on? Which one have you got? You guys were in the chat predicting a early safety car. 57% of the time. I don't think that'll be the last one either. Question is, how well can Lando Norris capitalise? It's a great question that you ask there, young Zane. This guy's going to win the World Driver Championship. Stinker of a season, says here. There's still 31 points down the road. Let's see. There's still a lot of racing to be done here. As at round 17, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Oof, you were saying, Visual. Zach is relieved he doesn't have to pretend to favour Lando. Oh, why did Oscar let Lando past in Monza? 1,000%. Because he was playing teams. It was all team and hunky-dory. You know, if I were OJP, I wouldn't like Lando Norris a lot right now. That's the truth and the honest truth. And nothing but the truth. 4 safety cars says Outlaw. Oof. Oof. Ironically, Sainz and Lawson. Go on then, Alonso also 4 starts. So what happened there, John, says Karan Chanduk, is that Alonso, you know, when somebody does a full start on the blocks, if you are in athletics as an example, you're triggered, aren't you? You're kind of using them to react more than you are the red lights going out. So I think Alonso saw Oscar go and then was dummied into going himself. Alonso jumped the start as well. Yeah, no, he did. I wonder whether they extend him extenuating circumstances, or whether they'd throw the book. I mean, if it's Sainz, they would have thrown the book at him already, right? Pit Carlos Sainz, car 55 for 1,000 second stop go. Can everyone who's claiming that Max is back in the championship please take a chill pill? Look at the points. It's 60. It's 60 points. It's 60 something points. 70 points indeed. If it was like 61 points, techie. But it's 69, 70. Call it rounded. Chain reaction. Restart. Safety car ended. Go on then. Max about to restart. I mean, this is Max Verstappen territory, isn't it? Carlos can't. Is Carlos going to try and steal Max's lunch money? I doubt it. I doubt it. Max always does this. The snake. And then go. I'm snaking. I'm going to snake again. No, I'm not. I'm gone. He always does this, doesn't he, Max? Snake. Go. He's going to lure Carlos Sainz into a snake charming chair. Are we seeing Oscar not immune to pressure after all? Remco. I think we're seeing a driver who's still young, who's in his third season. Nothing more complicated or simple than that. It's never as bad or as good as we think it is, right? There's always a tendency to go full send on the extent, oh my gosh, look at Max backing Carlos up massively. Look at this. He's concertinaed them up massively. And then he goes, snake charm, and then he goes, and then he's veering again to make sure that Carlos can't get himself a proper slipstream. It's a long straight though, look. Look how much he's gapped Carlos Sainz just on that straight. He's barely got any downforce on that car. Look at this. Go on then, George. George nails Kimi Antonelli. Don't hate that. And then Tsunoda-san nails George Russell. What is going on? Bloody Nora. Ollie Behrman nails Gasly. What is going on? All over the shop. Can you make the track bigger? Cecilia, I'll try. Just for you. Unbelievable. Go on then. Your update. Your runners and riders with 47 laps left on the docket. 5 are in the books. Maximilian Verstappen has the whip hand. On hards, I will have you know, this is significant, isn't it? He's got the tyre offset and has managed to keep track position. Key, therefore, for Max Verstappen. 700 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Max Verstappen has the whip hand from Carlos Sainz. Leads Liam Lawson in third. Antonelli from Tsunoda-san in fifth. Russell, Hadjar, Leclerc, Lando Norris through to Lewis Hamilton. Those are your point scoring positions thus far. But Lewis critically has the tyre offset having started on hard, compound, white labelled tyres. This is going to get techie, chat. I think this is going to be interesting. So go on then, a quick update as far as pit stops. Your first stint for those hard runners, the likes of whom are Max Verstappen, Tsunoda, Russell and Lewis Hamilton in your top 10. Bloody Nora, go easy lads into turn 1. Lando Norris, let's go. Round the outside. 2 trailer park girls go round the outside. Lando Norris nails Isaac Hadjar. Next up is Sir Lewis Hamilton on their hard compound tyres. He's gone fastest of all through sector 3. Last tour has Sir Lewis. Look at that. The car is rapid. I mean, can somebody check that excessive plank wear of that Ferrari, please? It's a bit quick, isn't it? Look at that. Rapid. That Ferrari's come alive. They just said, you know, if we get disqualified, whatever. Let's hope they don't check. Because they don't have the resources to check. I'm keen to see. I want to see the. Is that Scuderia Ferrari car sparking much into the castle section? I'm keen. So go on then. Your hard runners, of whom Max Verstappen is one, of course, will be stopping anywhere between lap 29 and lap 35, potentially a bit later since they've had safety car right. Move that on another 3 laps. Lap 32 through lap 37, say. Your medium compound runners, anywhere between lap 16 and lap 22. Move that on 3 laps. Probably lap 19 through lap 25 since we did 3-4 laps under safety car. Bloody Nora, look at them all. This is the M25 going into turn 1, eh? George Russell swearing, look at that. You could have to block out his old radio message. Wasn't much point in broadcasting a big bleep. Was there, producers? What's the point? What's the point? Bloody Nora. Maximilian Verstappen already down the road. Look at that. Oh, jeez. Excuse me, chap. I'm on the wrong one. There we go. There we go. Sorry, your boy's noddy. Displaying the wrong thing. Alonso, penalty. A jump. He doesn't care, does he? He took that on the chin, did our mate Fernando. Reaction to Oscar. What did you want me to do, mate? He went, so of course I was going to go as well. Techie. Then techie things. Bye, Max. He's gone, isn't he? Hybrid. Oscar for the yeah. Yes. Never kick a man when he's down. Carlos is holding up traffic. Standard DRS train. He'll be quick in a straight line. Oscar for the win is wild. You guys are kidding me. Oof. All right, we have ourselves a race. Kind of. DRS train behind Carlos Sainz Jr. You might expect. All of those bods are mediums behind Carlos Sainz, eh? Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz and Kimi Antonelli exchanging purple laps. Lando needs to get on that podium somehow. He's going to need that. The sad thing for Lando. Look at him struggling to overtake Charles. The sad thing for Lando is now what he needs is what Oscar Piastri has, right? The ability to overtake with impunity, put his car in a place. The right place at the right time, forensic car placement settings. That's Oscar Piastri's remit, isn't it? That's what he does so well. Chaos, trash all over the track. I know it's windy, isn't it? 6.1 kilometers is the wind coming in from the west this time. Oof. So they'll be going faster. I'd expect somebody to. Oh my gosh, Lewis Hamilton gets it done on Isaac Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar sinking like a stone. You know he's not sinking like a stone though. His teammate Liam Lawson, last tour on a 147.1, holding court in third position. Championship back on. I don't know, Tristan. I don't know. Well, let's see what Lando has to offer, right? Currently trundling around in 8th place. 8th. The gap between, if it ends as we stand now, the gap between Max and OJP will be 69 points. 69. It's a lot still, isn't it? Please look at Max's tyre availability. He's very techie. Is it Z? Is it really very techie? I've got it after FPT. I don't think it is that techie. He'll be all right. Because he's going on to hards next, isn't he? And nobody used hards at like the whole session. Rendered irrelevant. He'll be all right, Max. Baku banger. It's been a bit of a banger, eh? Yeah, George needs to chill out now. It's not good enough. Should close the poll when the race starts because now people. It's true. It's a good shout, Heidi. There needs to be another vote going out. I'll set up another poll, but I'm just trying to get my head around what's going on track. There are 43 laps left on the docket. Max Verstappen has the whip hand, but interestingly, only 1.8 seconds down the road from Carlos Sainz Jr. That doesn't feel right. Let's have a look at him on track to see whether this marries. Yeah, only 2.1 seconds down the road. Is he? Oh, to be fair, A's on hards. B, Max will be managing A. Cameron's puts his knowledge and heart into F1 channel. You're a legend, Jomo. Do us a solid. Echo Jomo's sentiments. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Championships are amazing, but the real champions are heroes in their homes. Do not hate that. Crackosaurus. Very well said, Joe. Bro, Yuki in 5th. Go on then, runners and riders. With 43 laps left on the docket, Max Verstappen has the whip hand leading. And on his last tour, purple lap 46.1. Although, careful, George. George on Tsunoda-san. That's going to get a bit tasty, isn't it? As it develops. George still going, careful, no double moves, Tsunoda-san, but he's been a bit crafty there, moving to the inside, knowing that you're allowed to move to the outside to adopt the racing line again. George is going for it again, though. Look at this. Go easy, George. The back of Tsunoda-san's car sparking like anything. Russell nails him, ultimately. So that's Tsunoda-san down into 6th, excuse me. Max Verstappen still has the whip hand on hard compound white labelled tyres from Carlos Sainz. Not doing too badly though. Carlos Sainz only 2.1 seconds down the road, notwithstanding the fact that he's on the quicker medium compound tyres. Lawson holding up well as well. 146.7 last tour rounded. In 3rd, Oh the Humanity. From Antonelli in 4th, Russell in 5th, Tsunoda-san in 6th, Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton and Isaac Hadjar round out your point scoring positions. Lando may need he's got to do something. He can't get around Charles, can he? Box opposite to Charles. Doesn't matter. Do something. This is where you need Oscar. Rain in 14 minutes time, of course. Let's go. Right around the time when some of these bods should be pitting, particularly the guys on the hards, who, of course, hard compound tyres, lest we forget, they'll need to pit between lap 29 and lap 35. This is going to be, you can see the dark clouds, can't you? Lawson is saying in his head, you're not going to forget about me, as they're about to promote within the next 14 days, some say, or during October. Sounds like they're about to announce Isaac Hadjar as having a seat at the big table, aka Oracle Red Bull Racing. When he realises EasyG, Max comes out on scrubs next stint. Oh, he'll be all right, mate. Look, he's controlling, isn't he? Unless Lando can get sufficiently high up, he'll be good. See, he'll be all right. Rain in 20 minutes. Max is when it's done, gang. 100% mood. I mean. My crystal ball is as murky as the next person's, but who'd back against Max in the wet? Keep on top of management. You know our plan for the day. Let's go. So Max is being told, go nicely on the mediums, come in and pit between 29 and 35, and then go again. Tony, you're an absolute legend, so I appreciate you ad infinitum. It's I make no apologies for labouring the point that this community ceases to exist. No drives to survive by dint of you guys coming up and turning up and being available each and every single time. Hold in mind very noddy B-spec F1 feet to the F1 flames. They're in a holding pattern until yellow happens from the rain. Then pit 100% Hassan. McLaren need to help Lando out here. See, Clive, don't say that. Peter D. Windsor will not be happy if they start bloody trying to coach Lando through the lap. Break a bit earlier here into turn 50. Like, what? Surely Lando's got to understand that. Pit window for hards, 31 to 37, says the metric. Lando may as well retire for the race in honour of his teammate. Yes, I mean, it's only fair, eh? It's only fair. Invert the positions. Outlaw wants Lewis to get Lando. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Go on, the Deltas. 2.9 seconds adrift of the race lead is Carlos Sainz. But remember, he's on the quicker, yellow labelled medium compound tyres. Ergo, in the next few laps, the next 6 or 7, Carlos Sainz will be looking to pit for a set of hard tyres. Liam Lawson, 5 seconds adrift of your race lead. Antonelli 6 seconds down. Russell 1.7 seconds adrift of his teammate Antonelli. Antonelli's different though. Tyre offset, isn't it? That's why George will be happy with that. Not happy. He won't like seeing the gearbox of his teammate rookie teammate I'll have, Kimi Antonelli. But yeah, and still the broader context is that he's on slower tyres. He'll be looking to nail the tyre offset. He'll have to do Michael Schumacher right. As soon as he gets some free air, clean air, once Kimi Antonelli goes in, he's gonna have to pump out some hot laps with a view to overcut Kimi Antonelli around Baku. Catching Leclerc is different. Catching Leclerc is one thing too much. Passing him is something very different. You're going to need to talk to OJP about that. This time last year, for Pete's sake. Overtake of the year, anyone? Mercs on mediums versus Liam on hards. Yeah. Well, no. When Liam comes in, George will invert, right? So George will be on hards. Sorry, George will be on mediums on the second stint, and Liam will be on hards. A lot will no doubt be made of Oscar and the pressure in the home stretch, but I think one poor weekend at a difficult track isn't something to make a big judgment about his mentality. I agree with you, Johnny. I agree with you, but it doesn't bode well. One swallow doth not a summer maketh. I agree with you. But yet and still, the F1 population, you know what the F1 community do already, Johnny. It's either the very best thing or the very worst. There is no in between. Shades of grey do not exist in Formula One as far as even-handed judgments, especially as far as driver performance is concerned. So the headlines will read, OJP bottles it. That might even be the bloody thumbnail for my reaction video. Cheers, Johnny. Yeah, that's going to be the headline. Here we are on board with Ollie Behrman. Bloody Nora, that's handy from Ollie going into T1. On Pierre Gasly. 700 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. Oscar will annihilate the field after this. He's going to come back ready and hungry, isn't he? George Russell goes purple on 46.1. Can Max win the championship? Can he? Absolutely. Will he? Different conversation. 70 points adrift. Let me just double check that. Cam Slam. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, It matters more than you might realise. I'm just checking. We are checking. So he's currently 96 points or 94 points down the road. Excuse me. That's chaos. 94 minus 25. 69. Bloody Nora. So even after this, Max will still be 69 points behind the lead in the championship. What is going on? I think Oscar will be all right, I think Oscar will be quite happy with this as it stands. Lando's barely going to make any inroads. Did OJP not bottle it? Kind of. You know what? Maybe OJP did bottle it a little bit. He's not had his greatest weekend, let's say. This season to date, the mistakes have been minimal. Not of material consequence, at least. But then he's gone and done this. I mean, it's been bad, innit? Gete, you're a legend. What's the odds bet on Max Verstappen winning the championship? Oh, Gete, you're far too kind, by the way. You'll get big odds. You'll still be able to get big odds even after this. It's too big. 70 points. Gete as near as makes no difference. Even if the race finishes as it does. As it stands, the gap between profitable. I think Gete, I wouldn't do it. Never bet against Max. I backed Max at the start of the season for the championship. If I hadn't backed Max, I wouldn't get in now. The odds will be fantastic. It was 120 to 1. Holy smoke. Holy smoke underground. It would be the greatest comeback that you've ever seen in your life. 69 points will be the gap after this. If things end as they are now. That's chaos. It's Matt Switch end of it from now. First time. You can say, yeah, I mean, the characterization is techie, isn't it? Maybe you can say that he bottled it. I don't know. But he's still 31 points down the road, as things stand. More McLaren fumble bags and the championship is back on 100%. Much. Are we wishful thinking, though? 1,100 of you watching can currently do me a favour and smash the like. Championship back on, we say. That's worth £10. Z, maybe. Don't become a betting degenerate if you're not already one. Don't cry, Cam. Am I crying? I want a competitive championship. I really do. I really do. Even if I want Oscar to win ultimately, I want it to be competitive for the duration. That's my stance. Go. There we go. Are you making the bet, chat? Flipping Nora. I think the problem is, go on then, let's make the case for Max. The argument going into this Grand Prix, round 17, Azerbaijan, was of the changes that Red Bull made, both of the team principal variety and the mechanical and aerodynamic. Were they an anomaly? Was it just a one-off upside that they would see at Monza, the Temple of Speed, which is a super quick dragster, a drag strip of a circuit? Or would we see upside for the remaining Grand Prix? Baku was always going to be a bit techie, right? For a couple of different reasons. Sector 2, 90 degrees, short corners, low minimum speed, medium direct. Like, it was always going to be trouble for RB21. And it looks like Max is going to accrue 25 points from it. That is techie. Singapore will be a true litmus test because it's so contoured. Red Bull never go well around Singapore. And they get a bit of a bogey trap for Max, if I recall correctly. So how's that going to work? Gambling could be fun, but please don't. Yeah, 100%. Gamble safely. You know what I mean? When the fun stops, you stop. I wouldn't become a betting degenerate if you weren't one already. I always pay attention to the odds because Cameron Senior had he had a cheeky bet in him from time to time. Let's just say that. 960 of you watching can currently do me a favour and smash a like. I think I've got a tyre advantage to get back. Oh no. George is like, let me through. I can get past Lawson. Go away, George. Stop trying it. But he is 0.8 seconds down the road and he has got DRS of Antonelli. But to do that to Kimi would be... Can you spell sabotage? That would be chaos. Yeah, George is politicking, isn't he? Oh, I feel sick. Is that a piece of tree on the track? What's it? You can see how contoury the straight is at the start. Mate, get that Scuderia Ferrari. Get that underfloor checked. I'm waiting post-race to see which cars they check. If they check that Scuderia Ferrari as fast as it looks, or as fast as it's looked at least in quali. Are you going to watch the NFL, Cam? Yes, I'm not a big NFL guy, to be honest with you, mate. George calling for team orders already. What a knob, says. This is why he gets a bad rap, doesn't he? But I mean, is he not an F1 driver? By a chem, would you not do the same thing? Would you not do the same thing? Bloody Nora, go easy, Lewis. Go easy, Lewis. Big break, big lock-up incident. Why is Lewis so slow? I couldn't tell. He's on the hards, which I don't think suit the car. But Leclerc, big argument between Ferrari. Lewis wanted... Oh no, look at Oscar just chilling out. That's going to get memed. Oscar just sat trackside with his feet up. Oh my gosh. So go on then. Big argument at Scuderia Ferrari for a couple of different things, particularly at the altar of tyre choice. Lewis said, I wanted the mediums and we had a spare set. True. The Ferrari team overtyped him, vetoed him, and put him on the soft and left him. Oh, there you go. There's your safety car again. Alex Albon. Alex Albon on Colapinto, for Pete's sake. At least he's got going though. AJ got the best seats. That happens sometimes when I think the long walk back to the... Kim Illman said that sometimes the long walk... But who was trackside? Charles Leclerc at... Where was Charles Leclerc out? The other race weekend. Dutch Grand Prix? I can't remember. But the time when it was the Dutch Grand Prix, I think. time when Charles Leclerc was out last, do you remember you got similar pictures of Charles Leclerc trackside? That's because to get back to pit lane per Kim Illman, it would have had to walk past the host of fans and accredited F1 media. Albon, you can't. Alex, that's clumsy, mate. You're a bit desperate there, Alex. Just chill out. No safety car because Colapinto and Alex Albon have kept their engines running. But that's bad, that is. I think Alex Albon deserves something out of context. But let's go Broncos. Is it a big game, Tony? I might need to tune in. Shout out to Kim Illman, legend of the piece. But yeah, no, Charles didn't want to walk back, so he ended up sat there until the race finished. And I think Oscar Piastri is probably doing something similar because of the position where he's crashed. I think in order to get back to the pits, he'd have to walk through the press and media and loads of fans. He just doesn't want to do it at this stage, right? Better to wait for the race to end and then get on track and go take a cheeky moped back to the bloody the pit lane. A bit of Henman Hill action hybrid. But instead of Henman, Charles Leclerc Hill. T minus 34 laps remaining, 18 left. Sorry, 18 are in the books. Bronco Chargers. Is it always a big game, Tony? I'm so out of the loop, mate. Really, really bad. Maybe I might need to tune in. The Super Bowl translates this side of the pond, but the rest of it's gone. That's Antonelli in the pits. It is lap 19. Gone. All eyes on the pit stop. Looks slow already. 3 seconds, 3.3, 2.7. Sad picture of Piastri with the phone. As it was Charles at Zandvoort, right? Just going to get memed. Oscar can channel this bad weekend into positive energy, I'm pretty sure. He's even-handed enough. He's even-handed enough. Mark Webber. Mr. Windsor's going to go for, I can hear Peter in my head already about Oscar. Kimi in the pits for Hards, 100%. So Antonelli's back out. Go on then. All eyes on what George is doing. I reckon George will start doing purples now. 46.4 last tour. King George Russell in 4th. The gap between George and Antonelli is 20 seconds. Albon under investigation, and quite rightfully so. 20.7 seconds is the delta between the Mercedes pairing, and they will need 18, won't he? We'll need 19.5 seconds, so it's close. But he should be all right at the moment, George. Long-ish stop from Kimi Antonelli won't have helped him. Albon 10 seconds for clumsiness. Does Antonelli have tyres? What do you mean? Fresh ones? I think so. Mark Webber needs to throw a spanner on track. Merck pitting to undercut Lawson sounds strange. I don't think so. They're a box opposite, right? What are you going to do? Try and overcut him? I think they're at a box opposite. Charles Leclerc, 2 seconds. 2-2. They don't show the time. Congratulations, producers. You played yourself. 10 seconds. Laughing my ass off. Justify. What's mean the bit? Oh, mate. Hybrid. I can't talk for Mr. Windsor. Of course, he's his own man. But I think he will be. He won't hold back in his criticism of OJP. That's what I think, hybrid. We'll see tomorrow, eh? Lando undercut, you're not going to be able to go long. So go on then. Charles Leclerc comes out. Let's look at the gap between him and Lando Norris. 35.1. All eyes on that. Lando goes green last tour, so he's got a bit of clean air, has he, before he approaches Tsunoda-san. Got 2 seconds worth of clean air, and I think he's going to hang it out. Try Michael Schumacher it, eh? 19.5 seconds is how much he needs. So 20, 35, 35.5. That gap needs to be... Oh yeah, he's gapping him already. He might already be there, chat, because he's on mediums, lest we forget. He's Lando, and track position is key here. He's pulling the overcut massively. He's going hard. Look at this. 46.0. Go on then, Lando. Let's see what you're made of, chap, whether you've got Michael Schumacher in you. Lawson box. 10.5, 19. I don't think he's going to do it. It's going to be close between Lawson and Antonelli. But if they get a quick pit stop, if it's a 2 something pit stop, Lawson will be all right here. Clean, he'll be all right. No, but Lawson will do that, I think. Hit me up in the Discord. Cracksaurus, you're a legend. Lawson pit. Yeah, he's all right. Look at that. It is 19.5 seconds, the delta that you need. Antonelli's going to have a go, though. Look at this. Accident incoming, eh? Liam Lawson doing his best. Suchiya-san, Drift King. You can't weave like that, Liam. You can't weave like that. Hybrid, am I wrong? You can't just do one of these. It's a double movement, eh? If ever I've seen one. Yeah, it was a good pit. Under pressure, TWM. Good shout out that. Why? Since when have you been able to do that? Blatant double move. I know it's not a double move, is it? Into the braking zone, because he's moved once and then he's only moved once. The second move is him adopting the geometric racing line again. Chaos. And it wasn't under braking. So it's one move. And then the second move is to get back to the racing line. Cheeky. Piastri penalty incoming. I don't think so. Underground. I don't think so. Go on, the gap between, all eyes on the gap between Lando and Charles for 5th place then. He's got 20 seconds, hasn't he? Look at this. Lando's 15.7 seconds down the road from Max. Charles Leclerc is 35.9. Just call it 36, Cameron. The gap, therefore, is 20.4. So he's got a second in hand, so long as... Can you imagine Lando goes in and they drop the ball on the pit stop? Again, he's got a second worth of wiggle room, has Lando Norris. If 19.5 seconds is the delta that you need to come in and out the pits and keep yourself some track position. Oh, Alonso in the pit. Jump start from Alonso it was. Not a proper jump start. A jump start only because he saw bloody Oscar Piastri jump start as well and was triggered by him. Fernando Alonso dropping like a stone, eh? Look at this. Yeah, Lawson's done, mate. He finished, I think. Max 6+ seconds gap. He's got this in hand, hasn't he? Where's the rain anyway? Go on then, Max Verstappen on the hards, remember, which means, therefore, lap 29 will be the earliest that you'll see Max Verstappen in the pits. Science going quite long, though. Russell pitting, props. Eh? Russell pitting early? No, Russell not in the pits yet. Behave yourself, Sky Sports F1. Piastri could carry a grid drop for a full start. Oh, it's a good shout, Biocam. It's a good shout. I think the stewards will be after Oscar Piastri, given Lando Norris is the poster child, right? I think there will be forces begging for a Lando Norris win. If they do that, that would be chaos. Let's talk about Carlito. He's not doing too badly, is he? Holding fault. Liam Lawson's misses, long-suffering misses in attendance. Lewis Hamilton up into 6th. Don't hate that. 146 last tour. Your runners and riders with 29 laps left on the docket. 23 of them in the books. Max Verstappen dominant, holds the whip hand, and therefore the red pen. A 45.4 last tour. 6.8 seconds down the road from Carlos Sainz. He's controlling this, isn't he, Max? He doesn't need to do anything daft. Bloody no. Look at Albon. Albon trying to nail. Look how fast that Williams is in a straight line. Absolutely destroys Fernando Alonso. Crazy. That cameraman's been focusing on Liam's girlfriend this whole week. They're trying to do something, aren't they? I get it. There is a rising superstar boat floats all tight. You bet your bottom dollar if one of... I mean, Charles Leclerc's missus is a bloody superstar by dint of her relationship with Charles now. Instagram followers on 10,000 or whatever, million probably. So I think they're trying to push like the F1 wags and glamour and all this other stuff. I don't know, TWM, she didn't come here for 10th. She definitely didn't come here for 10th. Long suffering, mate. Liam Lawson's missus. She's a diamond, that one. No commentators say the same. Oh, Max Laren keeping Lando out too long in hope for a safety car. No, well, I think he's... So go on then. All that Lando needs to do is cover off Charles, right? And the gap between them, 19.5 seconds. No, negative, tell a lie. Oh, shoot, it's 19 seconds now. It's a good shout. Why have they kept him out that long? Okay, so Lando's now lost track position potentially. That feels like nonsense from McLaren. Lando Norris sabotages EG. Why have they kept him out for so long? All he needed to pit ahead of Charles Leclerc was 19.5. About 3 laps ago, he had 19.5 in hand, didn't he? Now he hasn't got 19.5. No, it's not Corinne Chandler. It's not 20 and a half. It's 19.5 seconds, you joker. What's Corinne Chandler misinforming for? The delta that you need is 19.5, as evidenced when Liam Lawson came out behind, or when Antonelli came out just ahead of Liam Lawson. 19.5 is the delta, Karen Chanduk. I wish they'd be precise with their language and a bit better with their integrity and veracity of information that they're peddling out to the £100 a month paying Sky Sports F1 masses. You'll excuse me for going scorched earth and McLaren waiting on him. It's just nonsense. Karmic justice. Oh, because it's rain. That's why. It's a good shout, Luke. It's a good shout, Luke. But he's far exceeded the pit stop window now. So the strategy for mediums to hards, you're meant to pit anywhere but standard without the safety car, anywhere between lap 16 and 22. There's 3 or 4 laps worth of safety car. So that will bring forth the uppermost window of that. From lap 22 to lap 26. What are we now? Lap 25. So we're in and around that. Lando will have to pit soon. He will have to. His hand will be forced. Wilson came out ahead, but on cold, hard. Then Kimi passed at the end of the straights. Did he? I didn't see that. I thought Antonelli just held station. Antonelli made it. Who might you're a legend, Joe? How do you like them Max Verstappen apples? Sweet for some, sour for... The strategy is pray for someone to hit the wall. I know. I don't think that would be the last safety car that we see. Let's get F1 TV in the UK, please. 100%, yes, 23. I concur. F1 TV is legit. With Alex Jakes on deck. 1,000 of you in the chat concurrently, but only 300 likes, which is an abomination. If you like the stream, therefore, do me a favour and like the stream. Norris isn't even gaining on Tsunoda anymore. Go on, let's do runners and riders. Max Verstappen leading 8 seconds down the road from Carlos Sainz. Oh, the humanity. Carlos on for a podium though here. A cheeky podium. Don't hate that. George Russell in third, yet to pit. 11.2 seconds adrift of Maximilian Verstappen. 3.3 adrift of second place Carlos Sainz Jr. Tsunoda-san lapping in fourth. That's not a bad result from Tsunoda-san. Can you say Red Bull Monza upgrade? That car's looking quick all of a sudden now that Tsunoda is lapping fourth, eh? Go on then, Kimi. Kimi nails Gabriel Bortoletto. Don't hate that. Go on then, Kimi. Show and prove. I'm backing Kimi hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Found my place to go. My second watch along here. You're a legend, Carmen. I appreciate you. Listen, I appreciate you, each and every single one of you, every time. And I make no apologies for labouring that point. This channel, know this community. Of course, my name is above the door, but it drives and survives as a function under the aegis of you guys coming back time and time again and holding my very noddy B-spec feet to the F1 flames. It's a conversation. Can't just be consensus. Corinne needs that he's bad too much. And as the the only male POC, I'm kind of rooting for him, but... And he's normally, to be fair, Corinne Chandler feels like he's having an OJP weekend. Season to date, he's been 10 out of 10 perfect, hasn't missed a beat. But this weekend, he's been a bit... he's been directionally correct. But Corinne Chandler, because you're analyst, resident in the commentary booth, is meant to be like 2 decimal place. How can we be out here knowing that it's 19.5 seconds the delta? And he's talking about 21 seconds. What are you talking about? What are you on about, Corinne? It's not good enough. Corinne said that the delta, yes, that you needed was anywhere between 20 and 21 seconds. Negative. The delta's 19.5 per the official F1.com website. And we just tested it out with the delta that Antonelli needed to hold station ahead of Liam Lawson. 19.5. That's why we knew. Rewind back, I'm sure I called it. If Antonelli does a decent pit stop, he comes out ahead of Liam Lawson because his delta was 19.5. I wouldn't let Russell get within undercut. Oof. Carlos Sainz thinking. We are checking. Max Verstappen goes purple last lap on a 144.967. Jeez, he's taking the mick, isn't he? Go on then, Bortoletto. Slow-ish pit stop, methinks. 3 seconds up it, 2.4. Fastest lap, says John. How is Max purple? Just for fits and kicks, isn't he, really? Just a standard Sunday drive from Max, this. Do you know what I mean? He does these type of drives in his sleep. 9.7 seconds down the road from Carlos Sainz Jr., who's now thinking of covering off George Russell. His pace is criminal. He's not bad, see? This Max Verstappen fella's all right. I heard somebody in a podcast say he'll always get a lap in. How very dare you undermine the greatness of the great man, Maximilian Verstappen. Force some say something before I touch it. You know what I mean? How very dare you? The naysayers will continue to naysay. But by naysaying, by extension, they do not realise what they're doing. By being a Max Verstappen naysayer, whether you love or loathe him, you self-declare as an abbot of unreason, right? Carlos Sainz is in the pits. Where's he going to come out, chat? 10 seconds down, 19.39. He'll come out just ahead of Isaac Hadjar, but it will be close. They need to nail this, do Williams. Couple seconds wiggle room to Hadjar. "24 laps left. 28 are in the books." 1,100 of you in the chat, but we've only got 350 likes. You do the maths. I make no apologies for imploring you ad nauseum. If you like the stream, then like the stream. This matters. 9:20. Decent start from Carlos Sainz Jr. Where's the rain at, chat? I've had enough now. I think we need variables. Need something to switch up this Grand Prix. Max needs 15 seconds and a good pit stop to get a free pit. 19 seconds, so he needs an additional. Go on, let's do some maths. He needs another, so he's currently 12.5 seconds down the road. Oh, no, sorry, excuse me. We're talking about to Carlos Sainz, not Joy. No, he's all right. Max Verstappen's already 31.5 seconds down the road from Carlos Sainz. He only needs 19.5 to come in and pit. So if he pitted now, which he could, but he doesn't need to because they're waiting for rain. If he pitted now, come out 10 seconds down the road from Carlos Sainz Jr. or more than like 12.5 seconds or whatever, 12, 13 seconds. Don't like the stream if you admit Americans in a bit. Let's go ahead. I don't think people realise how lucky we are to watch a driver like Max Verstappen. That, you know, when they'll realise when he retires, always happens with these once in a lifetime sports athletes. Like when Jordan retired, it's like, oh, we miss Jordan. The greatest debate, is it Jordan or is it like, do you know what I mean? When Muhammad Ali retired, oh, he's the GOAT now. Always the way when Floyd retired, oh, he's the GOAT now. And it's always the way. Like familiarity breeds contempt. Even Lewis, when Lewis was winning all the races, like everyone's like, oh God, Lewis again. And now that he's not, everyone's like, oh my God, Lewis is so good. Where will Shah end up today, says Benzi. Max is free from Norris. Yeah, he's down there. I don't think... Oh, yeah, good shout. Good shout. It's Norris that he's racing, eh? Kind of. No, he's racing Sainz. He's not racing Norris. Verstappen forced to react to Sainz in a Williams. 31. No, he doesn't need to. He's got 10 seconds in hand. Unless Red Bull do a Monza 21 and bottle the pit stop, it should be fine. It should be fine. Who's Georgie racing? 2032. Ajar and Sainz. So George, if he pits now, will come out behind Sainz. But critically, George will be looking at Antonelli, eh? Because remember, he was behind Antonelli and he was like, switch us, invert positions. He'll come out ahead of Kimi Antonelli and maybe ahead of Isaac Hadjar. He's been doing a Michael Schumacher since, but look at that green again from George. George gets the assignment here. That potential podium in the offing, if he gets a wriggle on. Antonelli realises as well, because he's been holed up. As soon as they pitted him, he's got nothing but dirty air, hasn't he? Isaac Hadjar pits. Can he come out ahead of Hulkenberg is the question in 12th. Carlos podium odds good. I think Carlos will be alright. But now that George is playing his way into this, so George, who else? It's George and I think rain is the big risk to Carlos Sainz, being honest. George looks like the second place man already. Because he comes out. Oh no, Carlos Sainz needs to beware of Lando as well, right? 11 seconds. Lando's trying to build the gap. Look at that. So the delta that Lando needs to come out, pit and come out ahead of Carlos Sainz is 19.5 seconds. Currently, he has 9 of those. Or 11, excuse me. So he needs another 8.5 seconds. But critically for Lando, he's about to come into the dirty air of Sonoda-san. So Carlos might be all right. It's going to be close though. What will be the betting odds if Max wins for him to be WDC? You'll still get fantastic odds, Anvil, because the points gap will be 69 points between him and OJP. 69 points with 7 races to go. Still have to gap Oscar on average 10 points per race. So even if possible rain, they said that 10 minutes ago, P. John, I don't trust the pit window, 30 laps. Yeah, hard pit window. So normally it's lap 29 to 37, because we wasted 3 laps under safety car. Say lap 32 to lap 37, 38. Yeah, I don't know if I take that bet, chat. I don't know if I take that bet. I'm already on Max Verstappen for the championship, by the way, but got him at significantly reduced odds to what you'll be able to get him now. If you're not a betting degenerate, do not become one. That's the only advice that I can give you on here. However, in saying that, 69 points. Max wins. Oscar Piastri scores 0 points by dint of a cheeky DNF. 69 points would be the delta. It's currently 94. So go on then. Let's call it 70 points with 7 races remaining. If Max were to win every single race and Oscar comes second, that would just barely be enough. Max and Verstappen would win on the final race. It's a tall order. But if we're dealing with different assumptions now, that Red Bull have themselves a proper car, we'll see properly in Singapore. If Red Bull have themselves a quick car capable of winning races and therefore championship, you better believe it that it's going to be techy. I mean, this happened last year, didn't it? In the final third, that all of a sudden Red Bull were no longer the quickest. It was all about McLaren. So stranger things have happened. Things turn around. Swings in roundabouts in the weird and wacky world that is the F that wonks Ollie Behrman is indeed flying. Your runners and riders with 20 laps left as we approach first pit stops for the hard runners, Max Verstappen has the whip hand, 44.7 last tour, leads George Russell by 13.4 seconds. Sonoda-san, 19.8 seconds behind the race lead. Behind him, he's got Lando and Norris, 21 seconds adrift. That's not a bad drive from Lando. That's not a bad damage limitation drive. He's gapping Oscar Piastri, isn't he? Hamilton in 5th. Don't hate that either. Sainz in 6th. Antonelli, Lawson, Charles Leclerc, Isaac Hadjar completes your point scoring position sprint races, and Lando in the... Yeah, Heidi, it's a good shout, Heidi. We can make the case, but it's going to be a lot. Two sprint races left, maybe. I can't remember. It's techie, that. It's techie. There's only 19 laps left. 20 by my same diff, easy G. Singapore is a long shot, Carmen. That's what I'm saying. Red Bull straight. If Red Bull have fixed their car properly, fix your fudging car. If they've done it by dint of the floor fairings and underfloor upgrades, we'll see in Singapore, because they don't go well around. Verstappen's car's on a different level. There, he's controlling it, isn't he? Leclerc's car is hitting the rev limiter in there. I think they'll be lifting and coasting and doing all sorts in them there Ferraris. I've got to be honest. I want to see them test that plankware of Dice Ferrari. This track is too contoured for that Ferrari to be too fast, and something not be going on with ride heights. I'm going to be honest. You're a legend, Daniel. This last bit of race is going to get techie, especially if there's rain. Yeah, Lando, this is techie now for Lando. Lando needs the rain, because look at him. He's got no chance. He drops back in. If they pit him now, Lando is in 4th. If they pit him now, he drops back out behind Charles Leclerc. You don't want that. You don't want that, Lando. How long do these hards last? Well, since you ask, these hards will last anywhere up to 35 laps. But remember, we did about 3 or 4 laps under safety car. So just uppermost limit, 40 laps. I don't think it's easy. Pirelli advocate for 35 laps, because you've got 3 or 4 free laps under safety car. They might go through to lap 40. The hard compound starters being Max Verstappen, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton as well, methinks. 7 to 9 more laps, then pit hards for softs. Oof. Pit hards for softs. True, with 8 laps left on the docket. It's a good shout, that. Because how long will the softs go? 10 laps? It's a very good shout, that. If they last, then it's a very, very good shout, that, Remco. God tier level F1 mindedness. Can you imagine Carlos passing Lewis before Lewis pits? Oh, the humanity. Say it's nuts there. I think they're just waiting for safety car. The hard compound tyre guys, those who started on hards, are just like, well, we can chill out here. Do you know what I mean? We've got flexibility. Come on, rookies, can't you yeet it into the barrier and cause another safety car so we can get a discounted safety car pit stop? That's what they'll be saying. Doesn't matter, it'll be all right. Even if his softs are scrubs, he'll be fine. My missus is cooking something incredible downstairs, and the smell is ruining the stream, and it's making my focus oversteer. 1200 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like. Your runners and riders with 18 laps remaining, 34 of them in the books. Excuse me, Lewis isn't, but none of them are going to pit. They're just going to chill out and wait for a safety car, aren't they? Max Verstappen has the whip hand to the tune of 14 seconds from George Russell. George Russell's got to be careful now. He's only got 22 seconds in hand on Kimi Antonelli. Now that Kimi's got himself a bit of clean air on their hard compound tyres. Got to be careful. George needs to pit. George will need to pit if Antonelli closes up another 2 seconds. Runners and riders, Max leads from King George, Russell from Sonoda-san, Norris, Hamilton in 5th, Sainz, Antonelli, Lawson, Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean-Alesi from Isaac Hadjar. That rounds out your points scoring position. Flavour is building patience. I don't think he's going to reign, you know. I think it's lies. Crackersaurus, you're a legend. Thank you so much, mate. Far too kind as always, aka the legend that is George. Red Bull should change Racing Bulls to BLT Bacon lettuce into her. It's not good. I don't know what's going on. Just put Max in the car. Well, the shtick was before. Just put Max in the white car, right? It's quicker. Not anymore, though. And Red Bull is rapid. In Max's hands, at least. You can't say that Cameron has British bias. He doesn't even mention Lando in his championship scenario. I know, Joe. That's rude. That's an anti-British bias. But I think that's where, I mean... Yeah, no, I need to put some more respect on Mr. No is his name, though. No, it's not good enough, that. It's not good enough at all. $19 points will be the delta after this race. Currently 31 points between Oscar and second place Lando in the driver's standings. He'll get 12 points if he finishes in 4th. No, doesn't work like that, Cameron. He's got to, he'll do well to finish in 4th, will Lando. Well, at least we still have IMSA today. Oh, Miami, say it ain't so. I don't know, let's not ignore Yuki in P3 also. It's a good shout. What the hell happened to Oscar, Dave? He oh my god, I don't even want, I've got PTSD from Oscar, Dave. It's what happened to Oscar? What didn't happen to Oscar? So qualifying, you know, already yeeted it into the barrier. I want to say turn 15, just like Charles Leclerc's been doing all the while. Maybe not. Don't quote me on that. Off the starting line, for those of you who aren't acquainted, Oscar Piastri full started, bit too keen and eager, and then eased off shortly thereafter to partially offset so he didn't get the penalty. Dropped to the back of the grid from 9th. Lando Norris, by the way, being told by Will Joseph, get closer to Tsunoda ahead and we consider the undercut. 2 seconds is the delta between Tsunoda-san and Lando Norris. Oscar Piastri then wanted to go around the outside of Esteban Ocon, but just got a bit too eager. He had F1 2025 syndrome. You know, it's the race start and you're playing the game and you realise that there is asymmetric risk from going for a move. He's got a bit too eager and keen and yeeted it into the barrier. Oscar Piastri, as at the time of writing, is trackside with his feet up, doing the old Fernando Alonso. Just as did Charles Leclerc. Not long at Sandvort. Lewis Hamilton pits. Where's he going to come out? 20. Between Charles and Hadjar, methinks. The 10th position. It's not bad going. What's going on? I hope you're good. Oh, Charles Leclerc mistake. So now the comeback art starting to develop. Behave yourself, 11th. Obviously in history here is Max about to goat himself, Crackersaur says. Not just yet. No, I don't know, Crackersaur. Don't bet against him anyway. That's the mantra. That's the modus operandi for the channel, right? Thou shalt never bet against Max Verstappen unless you wish to be declared an abbot of unreason like your boy Cameron CC did. Lando Norris a couple of weeks ago. What am I doing? Just back against. I mean, if you're going to back Charles Leclerc around here, that's a different thing, right? Because that makes it. But to back Lando, no. What was I thinking? Sorry, new mediums for Lewis. Brand new mediums, which is interesting. So he ends the race with a spare set of mediums, was it? And he didn't have the tyres. 14 seconds is max to the max, as Crackersaurus. Go on then. Lando about to pit. 20 seconds, 44. It's going to be close between Charles. Oof, they're going to have to go. If they can get this done here, but it's going to be very close. Go on, Lando. If they nail this, he'll jump. Look. Oh, they flopped it again. 5 seconds again for Lando. Or 4.1. That's not good enough. He had the opportunity to jump Charles Leclerc. Now he's going to slot him as the meat in the Ferrari sandwich. What are they doing? That is insane, McLaren. If they'd have pitted him properly, Lando would have jumped Charles Leclerc, but nothing doing now. That is insane. That is insane. Unbelievable. So go on there. They're just, McLaren are falling apart, aren't they? This is not very good from That's so bad. I've only cost him 1 point, eh? No, 2 points. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. Cost him 2 points. You get 4 for 7. That's really bad. Stella smiling. What are they? That is insane. Lando's going to be fuming. Falling apart at the seat. You know what? It's easy to put yourself in championship contention. But it's hard. It's really difficult to get it over the line now. They need to hire Jonathan Wheatley. Means Delta, which is the diff. You're a legend with the Roman numeral, not Roman numerals, the Greek Alpha, Beta, and Theta. You're a legend, Cracker. That's chaos. Who knew? T-minus 13 laps remaining. 39 are in the books. McLaren have dropped the ball again at the altar of Lando and Norris. Second race in a row, I have you know. What are we doing? The Sonoda Sand pits. Where's this rain at, chat? Got Max Verstappen just hanging it out, waiting for the rain. It's got all in hand. It feels like Max could go to the end on these hards if he needed to. Oscar till 25 points ahead, 100%. More than that. More than that. You get 1 point for 10th. You get 2 for 9th. You get 4. You get 4 for Norwich. For Go on then, Liam. This is personal, isn't it? Liam on Sonoda. Oh no, he had it in hand. Go on then. Let's project this out. Lewis Hamilton goes purple, but it's a little bit too... He always does this towards the end of the race. Let's effing go, bruv. Now I'm going to give up. Easy G, that's unbelievable. They've done you over. They've done your boy over. I'm not a big Lando Norris fan, as brilliant as he is when he's had his Weetabix. I think of late, he's a bit... Not overconfident, but I don't know. There's something about him. But, you know, you can't prejudice against him for that. He's done nothing wrong. Apart from quali yesterday. Minor mistake. Didn't eat it into the barrier. Not of material consequence. Look at that. Cost him 2 points here. So, right. The driver's standing. Oscar Piastri will be loving this, by the way. He'll be loving this damage limitation. So, go on then. Look. Tony, you're a legend, real legend, lady, Mama Cameron. You're a legend, Tony. I appreciate you, mate. Go on then. Let's tot up some points. 10th, you get 1, 2, 4. So Lando Norris looks like he's about to accrue 4 points. The current gap is 31 points, leaving 27 points to Delta between Oscar in first in the drivers' standings and Lando in seconds, 27 points. He's done all right here. Biggest winner from this race, Max Verstappen. Game on, for the championship chat. McLaren falling off here, falling off a cliff. Bloody Nora. Lando having a look at Charles Leclerc. But this is where you'll see the difference between Charles and Lando. Lando's a bit too transparent, too telegraphy in his moves. George Russell coming out. Russell exactly 19.5. Oof. Good shout, Luke. It's going to be tight, when he comes out. How long is he going to spend in the pits, though, George? Watch Lando try to overtake Charles. I know he needs to. If he yeets it into Charles, that would not be a good look. But I mean, he shouldn't have to. Is the ultimate point, right? This isn't good. Max hold 32 seconds, Zed. What a joke. Lando bottle it and then no. Lando needs to know The primary objective here is to close the gap. If you close it by 25 points, perfect. If you close it by 4, that's still upside for Lando. Green, but he just can't. No, Carlos win. I don't think so. Maximilian Verstappen comes in the pits. Easy, nice. 2.3, 2.4 from Maximilian Verstappen. Don't hate that. Don't hate that. It's about to come out 19. It'll be about 12 seconds down the road from George Russell, all told. But fair play, George. Look at that. Fair play from George Russell, eh? Not done too badly there, George. Put in a serious stint towards the end of that. A serious couple of Michael Schumacher laps towards the end of that. Watching Lando Norris going into turn 1. He's going to try something here. But Lando, the problem is, mate, you need to maximise that slipstream. Otherwise, Charles Leclerc's just going to come back. He gets it done, to be fair. He does get it done. Fair play, Lando. But he's just not... I'm hating, and I. Easy, G. Got it done. Getting it done is getting it done. If you make the move and make it stick, then fair play. If you do it right, you should be rotating legendary status. Why did they put him on hards? Who, Lando? Because you've got to do 2 compound type. Like, you've got to... tasty comments based on Cam's description of it. Oh, mate. Chaos. I'm distracted, chat. Purple lap last time round from Lewis Hamilton. Remember, chat, you've got to do 2. You can't spend the whole race on one tyres. These are the rules. If you start on the hards, you're going to have to do either a stint on softs or mediums. You have to do, can't do one. You can't start on hards and then come in and put on another set of hards. Get disqualified. Remember, Alex Albon tried to do that at Australia. Oh my gosh. You see George Russell's entry to the pits. He knew that it was going to be tight, eh? Look at that. He wasn't looking to come out behind Carlos Sainz. He wanted himself a podium. King George and Max Verstappen on the top 2 steps of the podium. I need a ciggy as well. Easy, Gina. And I don't even smoke. Yeah, but it was too soon for softs, true. Carlos Sainz warned that George has fresh rubber. See what you can do though, mate. 3 seconds adrift. I think we're as you were now, matron. You runners and riders with 10 laps left. 42 are in the books. Max Verstappen has the lead. 11.8 seconds, excuse me, down the road from King George Russell. What is that, number 8 or 9 of his career? Venider. What are you referring to, Venider? Didn't he start on mediums? Why not put him on softs? Who put a name on it, Easy G? Now is Kimi going to put Carlos's pocket? No. No, I don't think Kimi will pick. Although he's close. Oh my gosh, look at that. Light rain, yeah? With 9 laps remaining, of course. Why not? Racing gods. Play the blinder. Lando Norris won't like that, particularly as he's trying to nail Yuki Tsunoda. Now, within the DRS of 6th place Yuki, they are competing for not very many points. 4 and 6, methinks. So 6 points on offer for 6th place. 4 if Lando stays as he is in 7th. But it is light rain toward in the dying embers. The race is about to light up. Chat, what do we do? Where's the rain been all the while? 1,200 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. Where has the rain been? Right. You guys need to tell me. Right, here's the poll. You guys need to tell me who donkey of the day is. That's what I need to know. They are fighting, aren't they? Harry Benjamin making a lot out of this. I mean, who's donkey of the day here? Here we go. You guys let me know donkey of the day. That's a better conversation. Rather than driver of the day, I think that chap picks himself somehow, maybe. Norris bottles every chance he has. Oh, I don't know. Why am I feeling EasyG to make the case for Lando Norris? I feel like the team have sabotaged him more than he's sabotaged himself. What mistakes has he made this race? Okay, so qualifying he wasn't perfect, but what actual mistakes has Lando Norris made? Okay, so he wasn't as sexy around Charles Leclerc as Oscar was last year, but what mistakes has he made? Well, let me not jinx it. Still I rise, says John. Flipping Nora, mate. It's like, what are we going to do? Is Hamilton quicker than Charles? Go on, let's have a look at it. As we round third base. This is chaos, chat. Especially if you get rain. 8 laps remaining. 44 are in the books. Is Norris going to overtake Tsunoda? And he's going to try. But he needs to be bloody careful. And remember, he's only competing for an incremental 2 points. What is the risk? He's got big DRS. He's now within 4/10 of the Japanese Ferrari team orders. I doubt it. They better not. Flipping Nora. They don't want to do that. The Tifosi will lose their mind either way. So Lewis and Shaw moving quick. But they've only got 8 laps is the issue. Leave Lewis in front, mate. What's the point? He's on mediums. You're never going to get to Lando. You just like, if they invert, it's not, Mama Cameron's going to just lose her mind. And I don't want Niagara. Do you know what I mean? Can Lewis grab P5? Neil, behave yourself. Are we collectively taking the mick out of Colt LH? I will do no such thing. There is such a thing as kicking a man when he's down. Still I says Antonelli driver of the day. I don't hate that. That's a good shout. What about Carlos though? And George has got a shout. Well, go on then. Let's do driver of the day. We'll do driver of the day vote after we get donkey of the day out of the way. 203 of you have voted already. McLaren have the whip hand donkey of the day. I'm not sure if Oscar, Carlos, definitely a shout for driver. Go on then. Maybe we've got a shout for driver of the day. But I know I'm going to put all these guys in and you guys are just going to pick Max Verstappen. And I don't disagree with that pick. Even as an Oscar fan, I have to admit he was donkey of the week. A weekend. Pertinent, Kira. Pertinent. 7 laps remaining. Left on the docket. 45 in the books. The race is on for 6th place. And ironically, 6 points. 0.6. 6/10. Go easy, Lando. No, Danny Rick. Look at what is going on. Tsunoda-san desperate to overtake Liam Lawson because he's looking to use Liam as a rear gunner. He knows. Oh my gosh, this is that easy. I don't like this. I need to have a word with the Norris pit crew. It's ridiculous, unacceptable. It feels a lot like 2016 for Lando, but Lando is Lewis Hamilton. Oh, go easy, Lando. I don't like the way that Lando's catching these as they're dueling. It feels a lot like Carlos Sainz and Checo Perez last year. Do you remember that? Don't like it. It's too much going on. Too many plates to spin. I don't like it, chat. Do me a favour, smash the like. It's going to get techie. 1,300 of you watching concurrently. And I am muy nervioso. Muy nervioso. Where's the rain? Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream. Carlos Checo, do you remember? Carlos Checo colliding into each other when they both were about to score mega points. It feels a lot like that to me. Lando might just want to chill out, mate, and just get your 4 points. No, Lewis is in there. No, he's only got a few laps, 6 laps. Lewis sounds like he's running a marathon. He's like, these guys are fast, man. I can't get there. Chill out, Lando. Chill the fudge out. Don't you dare, Lando Norris, pull out on Sonoda-san when he's about to make a move on Liam Lawson. You've got to manage this. Can hand pass Norris? I doubt it. Unless, well, I mean, it's a train, isn't it? Big DRS train from Liam Lawson in 5th all the way down to Lewis Hamilton in 8th. Interesting that Charles Leclerc can't keep with Lewis. You'd expect Charles Leclerc to be be the last of that DRS train, but he's not there, is he? 6 laps to go. Standard pretty, I know. Bright magic, Kira says. Lando too close to the wall. Lewis in the DRS train now. Lewis over Lando. I think these lot need to chill out now. Lando always yields to Lewis. Just another day in the office for Max, says John K. Lewis might get Lando on a straight. Not when Lando's got DRS. If Lewis had caught Lando sans DRS, then it might be a thing. You might be able to nail it. 14.1 seconds. This is a walk in the park for Mr. Max, isn't it? I mean, just Sunday driving Miss Daisy from Maximilian Verstappen. Just be careful, Lando. Carmen, don't jinx it. Just be careful, Lando, please. Oh, just be careful. Right, we need to get a driver of the day voting out, don't we? Donkey of the day, McLaren. Oof. Okay. Go on then, let me know the driver of the day. As we're round in third base. Max saw and won tonight. His Simi's way. It's been easy, hasn't it, Ron? I don't even know like how. What is there to say on Max? There's never in doubt. A mod's not allowed to swear. I didn't realise that was part of the rules. No AB. Like, but forgive who much his sins sorely, like a cheeky F-bomb. I don't know. This is your community more than it is mine. But I sometimes try to stay away from the expletives, but I didn't realise that was against the rules. Come on, Lewis, says Modern Day John. I mean, Lando thirsting for an extra 2 points. How the fudge did Merck get on the podium? George Russell, towards the end of that second stint, went nuclear. That's how. George Russell is serious. He's nothing to be played with. Everybody just got their DRS over. Here's where Mr. Windsor's going to get onto me for this DRS nonsense. I thought this race would be interesting, but it's bubbled EasyG, but it hasn't popped. Asking driver of the day is like asking a dog if you like steak. Let's go, Carmen. Sparry, the Max Glazers are out in force. Match driver of the day is scandalous. Do you think so, Sparry? Who else are you going to give the driver of the day to? He's just been perfect. Giovanni Agnelli. You're a legend. Lando Resi to cause a cheeky yellow. Place your bets. Don't jinx it, Giovanni, please. I can't. My blood pressure couldn't take it if Lando and Norris did something. If there's enough, I think we've had enough red flags for one weekend. You know what I mean? I'm keen to I don't want to see any more. I desperately don't want to see any more. I don't know. I'm done with red flags. 6 over the course of qualifying by themselves. Well done, Sir George and Mercedes. One better than I can. Tony, they've not been bad, eh? George does well in these type of events. And can you imagine George and Max in 2027 at Mercedes? Bring It's on, Tony Giovanni. Inject it into my veins now. That's what we could be looking at. That a rising George and Max tied at Mercedes, boys and girls from Brackley and Brixworth. I would put forth floats all F1 boats. It would be gangbusters in a way that these McLaren bods could never be. Lando and Oscar are brilliant drivers on their own merits, but I mean, it's not exactly it's not blockbuster. Lewis and Nico in 16 would laugh at these dudes. You know what I mean? It's a Max driver of the decade. He's not been bad. He's not bad, this Max fella. He's all right. Do you know what I mean? 3 laps remaining, 49 in the books. Sainz is going to get the podium. Incredible from Carlos. Not bad at all. I'll take that. He'll take that. Again, mean reversion as far as Carlos Sainz's performance as versus his teammate Alex Albon, who thus far this season has been showing him the way. But Norris has used up all of his battery power trying to get into the dirty air of Tsunoda-san on his gearbox. Lewis and Nico are 100% still I rise. Not even close. How very dare I put Lewis and Nico in the same sentence as OJP and Lando Norris? There is no comparison. Do you know what I mean? Forgive me, Lord, for I know not what I do. It's unacceptable. Go on then. So 2 laps left on the dockets. Martin Garrix, who's that? Record producer, what? Who does that mean to me? Max will make that Ferrari look. I don't think he's going to go over there. I think it's an exercise. Why would Max go to Ferrari? What, to just be adored by the Tifosi? He already has that. Because they acknowledge him as the winner that he is, right? Nobody's won more races in Italy over the past few years than the one they call Maximilian Verstappen. They already rate him highly. They see him as the next Michael, don't they? Since he's so prolific in terms of the races that he wins at the Italian Grand Prix. Right, what are we doing here? Go on then, Lando. Final couple of tours, mate. Charge your battery and have another go. 0.7 is the delta between 6th place Tsunoda-san and 7th place Lando Norris for 2 points. Not required but why going to combat alone? Can't wait to see Antonelli. He's emerging quickly. I don't hate it, Crackosaurus. OJ crash pastry. Can't even get my words out. Or heads must back. Here we go, Lando. Lando ran the outside. You gotta set it up, Lando. Flipping set it up, Lando. Last time round, Lando Norris is close now. Look at this. He's gonna need himself a cheeky DRS. Oh, but Tsunoda-san's got DRS as well, so it's nullified. He wanted to pressure. No. Needed to pressure Tsunoda. Bravo, Tsunoda-san, if he holds off Lando here. Don't hate this from Yuki. Putting his case to remain as an F1 driver into 2026. I don't hate this from Yuki. Runners and riders as we take the final lap delusion. Lando has not got the speed to pass Yuki. It's a tough track to pass around this. He said, what's going on with me? Why am I making excuses for Lando Norris? I'm going to have to turn full Lando Norris heel on the reaction video shortly, I'm sure. I'm going to have to. You're a legend, Joe. I appreciate you. Happens too much as Crackosaurus. Go Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen takes the checkered flag with 14.8 seconds in hand. It was never in doubt. You know what I mean? Or heads must bow, or tongues must confess. Max Verstappen might be the greatest. Might be. He's not been bad. Now's that was never in doubt. Look at that. George Russell crosses the line 15 seconds later. And Carlos Sainz Look at Jimmy V. Jimmy V's loving it. Fortuitous circumstance, but luck favours the Braves. Lando Norris is fuming. Look at that. Hold up behind Sonoda-san, using up all of his power, all of his battery. Bless him. He'd be a bit fuming at that. What's Lewis doing? Why did Lewis go so slow on the? He's just eased up. Goat. Not bad. Oof. There it is, chat. Max Verstappen wins by 14.6 seconds. Round 17, Azerbaijan, the Baku Grand Prix. There are 1,700 of you in the chat. Can currently do me a favour and smash the like. If, of course, you like the stream. Even if you don't like it. Great drive, Max, says GP. Max is like, Max is simply lovely. I'll tell you what that is, Max. That's simply lovely. Really well executed. Go on then. The conversation is this. Is Max Verstappen back in his championship? At the very least, to win himself a second place. Because that Red Bull looks fast. I suppose we'll find out properly at the next Grand Prix. But no longer can people argue that the improvement that Red Bull Racing saw under the aegis of RB21 improvement, no longer can we argue that it was just an anomalous circumstance because it was the temple of speed. Baku is techie, 90-degree turns, and Red Bull looked quick around here. As near as makes no difference all race weekend. So what now then, chat? What now? Now it gets techie. OJP and Lando Norris want to find out what real pressure is. Do you think you've got wiggle room now to do the F1 snowflakery? I think not. Make your mind up. There is a tax to be paid. Sometimes if you want to bake a cake, you need to smash some eggs, do you know what I mean? Or omelette, whatever the phrase is. And McLaren are going to learn that in real time now that they've got a fire-breathing dragon in Max Verstappen. Pressure hasn't even happened yet properly. And look at them, they can't even put on Lando Norris's tyres properly. That's the type of pressure that we're going to see between now and the remaining 7 races of 2025 champion. It's going to get techie from here on in. Over to you, McLaren, do you know what I mean? Your move, lads. 5.9 seconds last race. Another bloody long pit stop for Lando Norris. He's going to jump out the car and be seething. Oscar Piastri is going to be looking at Lando like, you had that opportunity and you can only take how many points out of me? 1, 2, 4, 6. The gap was 31 points and now the gap's 25. Is that all that you've got, Lando? I've yeeted it into the barrier and you fluff your lines. It's going to get beefing. It's going to be I think it's going to be salacious, and I'm here for it, chat. Chuff for Carlos Sainz. Me too. He's not done badly there. He's deserved that. He has deserved that. Fortune and or luck is where opportunity intersects with preparation. Singapore. Next up, Delaney. It's going to be chaos. Listen, I'm going to run. You guys have been legends. Absolutely. Back in a minute shortly for a cheeky reaction video where we get some Max glazing on and talk about Carlos Sainz and talk about the SH1T show that has been McLaren's Azerbaijan race weekend. They think they know about pressure. Now that they don't have wiggle room sufficient to execute for all this F1 snowflakery and let's invert and Max and Oscar, if Lando wins, are we allowed to celebrate? Will that cheese you off and you get a medal and you get a medal and the participation counts overall? No. Now that has to end. Now they've got to show their claws and some teeth because I think we have ourselves a proper championship. Max Verstappen as a fire-breathing dragon is far too close. 69 points is the delta between Oscar and Maximilian Verstappen in a championship. Wiggle room and margin for error is doing one of these in real time. Bon appetit. Tony, you're an absolute legend. You guys are legends. I'm grateful ad infinitum ad nauseum for each and every single one of you for joining, for supporting the channel and joining and super chatting and becoming members. I'm grateful. More than words can convey. And I make no apology for repeating that, belabouring that point. Between now and the 8 p.m. show, reaction video coming out within the next 15 minutes. As always, you guys are legends. Between now and next time, the prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.